Alright, so before we get into the review of some questionable quality figures, we're going to do a shout out to one of our Patreons. Because our good friend Christopher Mahoney actually has an Instagram account that has some really sweet art on it. Well, figure photography, I guess. Still art. It's art in my heart anyways. Well, you see we got some sweet art of some Xenomorphs, some Pennywise, some group shots of stormtroopers. Truly some fan-freaking-tastic stuff. So if you guys would like to follow him, definitely follow the link in the description below for his Instagram account. And also if you guys would like to help donate for the channel, get some benefits. $15 gets you a print, $25 gets you an exclusive shirt, $1 gets you early access to certain videos. Pretty much whenever we decide to just randomly throw stuff up there, they usually get a first grab at, especially the unboxings and... God, what does Steve call those things? Hodgepodge reviews. And if we ever decide to actually just randomly throw out some other stuff, usually give it to our Patreons way before we actually ever give it to you guys. Sorry. And again, thank you, Chris Mahoney, for all your support and all our other lovely Patreons. Don't want to forget you guys, too. You guys are all freaking fantastic. All right, on to the video. Well, do we really have to go to the video? Do you guys really want to see bootlegs when you could just have, like, 15 minutes of... Mwah. Alright, cool. So I got a little story to tell you guys. This one time at Monster Camp in Rodan, I need attention now. Okay, I think he's... No, Rodan! Listen to Breeders Look with the Geek Chest. My name's Steve.
My name's Arnes.
And today we'll be going over the SH MonsterArts bootleg figures of Mothra and Rodan from the 2019 film Godzilla King of the Monsters, which these ones are technically done by Legend Creations, but they're just reused molds of the SH MonsterArts figures.
The box looks pretty good.
Actually, like, the box is presentable. Now, I actually still, because I've been going through and throwing away a bunch of boxes. But, because I knew this was coming in, we kept the original box around. There is... it's going to be kind of hard to show you guys quite. But even just looking at the front, you can tell for starters, the box here is glossy. This one's not. The original package to have the matte finish also has the Monster First copyrights. This one's clearly missing. It does have the 65th anniversary still, though. Which is weird, but it doesn't have any indications of MonsterArts on the box. So you don't have the MonsterArts there. You don't have the Toho Legendary copyrights. You don't have the Bandai Tamashii one on the corner here. And then again, glossy finish, matte finish. Size of the package, more, less the same, but
missing the
yeah, you don't got the Monsterverse. Top of the package. This one actually has extra things, but you don't have the MonsterArts thing. Side of the package, more of the same. On the back,
similar.
Very similar. You don't have the warning sticker, or again the MonsterArts stuff, but the rest of it is fairly spot on. Bottom of the package, you get some legal mumbo jumbo here. Way more on the original MonsterArts box.
Oh yeah.
And then again, you're also missing that Tamashii seal of approval and all the stickers on this one. So if you get a box in that looks like this,
I'm sorry,
it's more than likely the bootleg, because especially if you get the Legend Creation thing. Now, Arnes, hand me that. On a high note, you might not even get that box. Because I know when I was ordering it, there was options to just have it set in this plastic little thing. And they probably...
cheaper?
It was a couple bucks cheaper to not get the box. I decided to get the box because since we were doing a review, kind of wanted to have all the bases covered.
Yeah.
But for the most part, if you guys order it and it doesn't say it has a box, you're more likely going to get it in this little plastic container. But anyways, now that we got them opened up out of their cardboard prison, and actually plastic prison, because you currently see they're not in there, let's get into them. Alright, so now that we got Mothra and Rodan opened up out of their cardboard prisons.
Before we even start this, you guys should see how Steve's treating this.
So bootlegs, we can't be...
He just picked them up and he threw them on a table. I was like, oh, Steve might be a little upset.
They're fine. Perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with these figures at all. It's not like after getting this thing out of the package, I actually had to re-glue back in the arms, but we'll get back to that. Well, wings. We'll get back to that here in a few.
Start with the better one, at least?
Well, first we're going to start with their accessories. because they do come with stands. Which you get a pair of them, one for each of the kaijus. You may notice that they are not nearly the same as what we got with the previous ones. Actually, just grabbing, since I have them down here for the comparison video, just to show you guys. This is the stand you should get. Standard Tamashii axe stand. This monstrosity thing is what you get with this.
Hey, it's a good concept if it works, though.
Yeah, I'm like, when I got out of the box, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. It's got like a joint here. You got a joint here. It doesn't rotate at the base outside of like when you hook it onto the stand. But this rotates because you can pop this guy off if you want. So if you really want your Rodan loaded to the ground, which I'd highly recommend, you can stick it right in there. Then you get an extra joint up here. Then this joint here. And then it comes, each of these have a little connector you can attach. One is for Mothra, which I know it works because I've hooked it onto the Mothra and it seemed to do the job. But tiny. Well, it's just like a little V though. Like it doesn't actually clamp.
The camera can't even focus on it.
It's focusing right now.
Whoa.
But yeah, it's serviceable. But I kind of wish it would hook onto the kaiju a little bit better. But then again, bootlegs. Just gonna roll with it.
You get what you get.
The other one comes with this Tamashii clamp, which makes sense. It's kind of useless though, because where you would want to wrap around Rodan, you'd have to get it around the waist here. This one in particular has a super loose joint. But what's sweet is Rodan has a hole in his chest, so you can just peg it in. Bam, you're done. Which with the bootleg, I recommend doing. Now the issue with the stand is, if you guys see, it doesn't support the weight. None of them support the weight. So when you get them in, you might have to adjust them on the bottom here with a screwdriver, which you can tighten them because they do feel a little bit loose. So this is fairly easily fixable for the looseness, but to me, I feel like there's way too many joints here just to cause too many problems. Because especially if one of these start going, then you're kind of SOL. Because like at least with the one, you have the one joint, so like if it loosens up, you might be able to fix it. But now if that loosens up, now you gotta worry about this extra joint literally right on top.
Yeah.
So like it looks cool. I don't know how this really improves. Like I guess I get a little bit more side to side motion. I can still keep my forward and back, but
I think you just might have to glue it in there, Steve.
Possibly, but for the most part, you should be able to just tighten these up and at least make it serviceable. All right, so now going over the kaijus, I guess I should probably hook Rodan back together. Yeah. All right, so first and foremost, head sculpt. Actually, just the sculpt in general isn't that bad. Like compared to
the sculpt itself, no, it's not. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's like it's pretty solid. Like it's literally just like a reuse of the monsters. Now, I will state that the detailing on here isn't quite as crisp as it is on the original. I'm actually just grabbing the original real quick. As you guys can see, it's not quite as clean as it is on the SH MonsterArts. It's definitely serviceable. But even like the coloring on it, it looks like the original plastic for this is actually a black color, and then they dry brushed the red over top of it.
That's what it looks like, right?
It kind of gives it more of like I don't know, it makes me feel more like the NECA in terms of the color scheme. Actually, you know what, we got the NECA down here too. Hold on a second. Yeah, I'd say it's more akin to the way the NECA was, but without the burning effect. With the way that they decided to do the coloring, but this one's actually more of like a black color to begin with.
Yeah.
With like a little bit of red highlights in here. Well, this one's trying to do what the MonsterArts did, which I think if they just would have went with the black, I think I would have liked it better, to be fair.
Yeah, they should have kept it black.
Especially since I plan on repainting this guy anyways.
It would have been easier.
Yeah, it would have made my life a little bit easier. Now I gotta kind of get a little creative with it. But as you guys see, detailing for the most part, like it's there, and I don't really. Nice thing is I don't really notice much missing. Some of the segments are definitely smaller though.
Yeah.
Like you see, like the waist on the bootleg Rodan is definitely much smaller than it is on the MonsterArts one, which does have some effects with the sculpt.
You don't notice it until you actually start pointing it out, and then you can see it.
Yeah, when you get them side by side, there's definitely differences. Because, for instance, like, there's no way this wing is going into that joint there. A lot of it has to do with just the way the mold came out. For when they repurposed it, there's just no way that's happening. Like, even if I straighten it out. And you might ask, like, I could just adjust the wings and maybe I could fit them into there, but, like, that's all that's really giving me.
It's not giving you a lot to work with.
Yeah, and then, like, the joint's super loose here, too, which is another issue I got. But other than that, like, I don't know, for $35, it still looks pretty solid. It's just not nearly as, like, when you're expecting, like, something like MonsterArts, or even, like, trying to make it as comparable for me.
Steve, we want to make a 10-minute video, not a 10-day video.
But I like my 10-day videos. You get to put more ads in them. But what's nice about this is, unlike the Godzilla one that we got a little bit back, the eyes are actually painted very nicely.
The head sculpt looks almost the same, right?
It's very similar. Like, the jaw's got a bit of an issue. It popped out on me once, and you guys can kind of see it's a little crooked.
You're just jealous because he can unhinge his jaw.
Yeah, right. Well, there you go.
Oh!
There's your Rodan map for you. Ton's painted though, so that's cool. But, like, there's a peg though where the ton hooks in.
It just reminds me of Guy Scouts to Zombie Apocalypse, that movie with oof.
Well, we had that same issue with the NECA one. The NECA one jaw like to pop off. But also there's not really any deformations with the figure. Like the fingers are pointing in the right direction. The horns look pretty solid. The claws are going in the right way.
It should be similar because it's similar mold, right?
Yeah, well, even like my MonsterArts one, like one of the toe claws is kind of bending in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
But because of ways certain larger sections of this turned out, it just kind of hinders certain other aspects of the figure here. But outside of that, I don't think it's too bad. Like, if you knew that what you were getting into, I think this is pretty decently acceptable, especially compared to the Godzilla. Like, this by itself is better than the bootleg Godzilla. But I feel detail wise doesn't really hold a candle much to the MonsterArts. But for the articulation, head can look about that far, down about that far. You get a decent play with the head here. Mouth can open and close, which is nice. Now, the wings, on the other hand, I already had one issue where they're not actually ball joints inside of here. Like, there's a ball joint that goes into the actual body and into this wing here. The middle section here is actually glued in with these. You can kind of see it right here, I think. But it's actually like a square peg.
What is?
That's glued into the arm here.
That's the one that fell off, right?
Yeah, well, the inside one did. So there's one on both sides. So instead of having like a ball joint that'd be a little bit more secure, it's held in by glue. So same thing on the other section here. And the problem with that is you only really have rotation at this arm and at the shoulder. So there isn't that much play here with the wings. So you can kind of rotate it a little bit. But I get wary that I'm just going to pop that glue seam back off again on the inside. This wing just can't do it, period. This one, like, I feel like I'd have the option, but because of how tight it feels around there, there isn't much rotation here. And then again, you can't really line it up with the body very well either. But you can get it decently up, though, if you play with it enough. So that's kind of cool.
It's got some kind of wiggle to it.
Yeah. There's, like, a little bit back and forth. I feel like that's, like, the saving grace is you kind of get the wings up and down.
You can pose them differently, at least. If the stand would work.
Yeah, if the stand would work. But at the waist, you can
break it.
About that far forward. About that far back. Legs can go forward and back pretty decently. You get a rotation at the bottom of the feet as well. They can wiggle all the way around. And a little bit of play here at the tail as well. And then next we got Mothra, which, to be honest, is pretty much like the MonsterArts one. Granted, the coloring on it, it's a little bit more on the yellow tinge side. Grabbing the original Mothra here, you can see it's got a lot more of the orange going on with it for the body here, while this one has a lot more yellows.
You know, I'm usually for the bootlegs, but oh, Steve, there's a lot of difference in these guys.
Because even on the under section here, now it's again like I said with the Rodan, it's serviceable. It's not quite right, but it'll do the job nicely. But the rest of the figure here, mostly painted the same way. Again, it's a little bit on the duller side. MonsterArts Mothra has a lot more of that yellow and orange going on with the body. And to be honest, I kind of like this body better. I think it looks, like, coloring wise,
yeah.
I think it's a little bit more on point.
Swishy brows still same there?
Yeah, it's still just got the antenna paint going on. It needs more to be movie accurate, which, again, plan on fixing that with the bootleg ones. One thing I did find out is I don't know if I remember in the review, but it actually has a articulation at the waist here, which I don't remember if I said that for this guy, because on this one it's like there, but there isn't really much going on with it.
It's there, but it's not there.
Well, with her, you get a decent amount of play. Now the issue is the articulation on this thing. Oh, this leg's actually moving, although it's got a giant piece of plastic. Just kind of hanging on there. The other leg here, I think. Oh no, that's all right. Just it was a little paint stuck, but it's moving a little bit. You only get a forward and back though. You don't really get a side to side.
It's so tiny. Do you actually need to move it a lot?
Heck yeah!
God, you're such
Specting MonsterArts, man. I need a posability. The little front claws can go forward and back. It looks like I should be able to go side to side, but I'm pretty sure that's not a thing. So yeah, forward and back. The wings here can rotate forward and back a little bit up and down. Same with these ones. But again, you're not getting too much crazy out of the moth here. But still, not bad. It's not bad.
Maybe some quick comparisons here. We have the SH MonsterArts bootlegs Rodan and Mothra compared next to the SH MonsterArts Rodan and Mothra. Which I will state, I tightened the joints on these stands to do this part of the video anyways. And they're actually doing a lot better now. Holding them up. Still a little scary, but I tightened the crap out of it, so like this one ain't really moving anywhere. But yeah, so they're serviceable anyways. And here they are compared next to some 2019 Godzilla figures with the SH MonsterArts 2019 and the NECA Burning Godzilla from 2019. And here they are next to some, well, figures I worked on / figure I need to work on at some point with the NECA Bootleg 2014 Godzilla and the high-grade Bandai model of Gypsy Avenger from Pacific Rim Uprising. And here there were some other NECA Godzilla 2019 figures with Rodan and Mothra. And for some random comparisons, actually we got a review of this one coming out soon of the Treadmaster's Power Up Armor Godzilla and the Hasbro Transformers Fall of Cybertron Optimus Prime. So overall for the bootleg SH MonsterArts Mothra and Rodan 2019 figures, these are
okay.
They're okay. Like, to be fair, to get the pair, it cost you less than the NECAs to get a pair.
Less than NECAs, but
Because you're looking about 35-ish bucks, and that was with shipping to get them here. And the NECAs, you're looking at about 50 bucks for the pair. MonsterArts, generally, it was at 100. Now you're probably a little bit higher now. Because I know the Ghidorah's gone up in price too. Actually, Ghidorah's gone up quite a bit in price.
Oh yeah, I seen that one.
Yeah, I didn't even bother getting it ain't leaving that case anymore unless I have a really good reason.
Nope.
So if you guys wanted to see the comparison, there was check out the old reviews. Now I would say if you're gonna plan on getting a Mothra Rodan set and you want to save some money on it, I would just get the NECAs. Like the NECAs, because my logic is these aren't as good as the MonsterArts. There's issues.
Yeah.
And my original complaint with the MonsterArts Rodan was it doesn't have enough detailing.
Yeah.
This still doesn't have enough detailing.
No, it
but
doesn't.
it's even less now. And the Mothras are still serviceable, but the NECA Mothra, I'd say is arguably better because the body's correct, but I don't like the wings as much. But this one's, I like the wings better, but I don't like the body as much. So I would say it's a coin flip which one I like between the MonsterArts ones better. Like the original MonsterArts and the NECA. Well, with the bootleg, the NECA one's just better.
Just pay the extra $20 to get the NECA.
Yeah, I would just save yourself some time because they're also more readily available for most of stateside people. Now, if you want to save some money and you're planning on repainting them anyways, that's the only way I'd really condone picking up this set over the originals, because especially how much you're paying for the MonsterArts one, I wouldn't want to touch them with a paintbrush. Well, with these, they still do the job, and because the lack of detail like the MonsterArts ones had to begin with, these are a better starting point than with the NECA ones. And again, if I'm paying the price and then I gotta put effort into it, you might as well just get a bootleg and do the same.
Well, at this point, like, you're just literally gonna grab. Only reason why you grabbed it is so you can repaint them.
Well, then, because we have the channel here, so we like to do these videos to showcase the figures to people so they know what they're looking for.
Yeah.
So if you are trying to avoid these things, here's the video. You can check this out here. You know what they look like. You know what to look out for.
Yeah.
So you're not getting screwed over when you're spending that much money on a MonsterArts, which I still would prefer. Like me personally, if I didn't have either of them, I'd still try to get the MonsterArts.
Yeah.
Because collecting-wise, and then if you don't support it, they also won't make more figures.
I'm okay with NECA in this case.
Yeah, like if you want to save money, NECA's already out there.
Yeah.
So where this one falls in, I don't really quite get. Because if you're going to buy the MonsterArts one, you were just going to buy the MonsterArts one. If you were going to save money, you'd buy the NECAs.
Because there isn't an actual spot for it.
Yeah, usually you're going with the bootleg because you wanted the MonsterArts, but you don't want to pay the price.
Yeah.
But there was already a solid option to begin with.
So what's the point of this?
Yeah. So again, just to reiterate, I'd pass on these figures unless you were planning to put some effort into them to begin with. Because other than that, I would just go with the NECAs if you wanted to save some money. What do you guys think? Have you guys picked up this bootleg set? What's your guys' favorite Rodan figures? Giant Condor, just more your thing? Please let us know in the comments. We also have an Instagram, Patreon, Pinterest, and Facebook. You guys like to keep up to date with the channel and donate. We greatly appreciate it. We also have somebody buy a t-shirt. We do have a t-shirt shop.
Somebody bought
a t-shirt.
No way.
We definitely recommend.
It was. Please let us know. I am interested. You're my hero.
Got a Geek Chest shirt.
Yeah.
We love you. And help us to beat those kaijus by hitting the like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. We'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.